the first question comes is like, let's take some examples, okay? When I go for a web service development.
Okay.
Um, so let's say I have a requirement like this, where I would like to fetch weather information for when someone enters a zip code, okay? I would like to develop this application because now these days people are talking about smartphones, you know. I would like to, I can develop a widget for weather, you know, where I can install a weather widget on my smartphone, right? Now, from where can I get this weather information? Okay. Do you want me to develop everything from scratch? Okay. So how will I get a weather information? I need satellites, right? I need geosynchronous satellites which is orbiting around our Earth. So how can I get this infrastructure? It's not possible, right? Typically, it's not possible for me. I want to develop this application. So then what I do, I will go and look for if anybody is offering the services. Probably, you know, if someone is offering the services, probably I can pay them some license, and I can connect to their server, and I can display the data on my website. This is what I can do, right? So if you take a look at this image, you know, this is actually this one I picked up from Google, you know, it's a nice image. This is for front-end development, which is not for us, but I'm interested more in the numbers here. Okay, so I'm interested in this number. So I want this weather 31 degrees centigrade or Fahrenheit, whatever it is, and I would like to have some forecast, you know, for next 1 week or whatever it is. Okay, so this is one requirement I have, and the second requirement I have is like I would like to create an application where user can perform a currency conversion, right? Now I would like to convert currency from USD to INR or something else. Now to do this, I need to have a real-time data, right? Because every day, every minute, every hour, the currency, the exchange rates values keeps on changing. So from where I can pull the data, right? So now I want to enable this on my website, and if you want me to do myself, then I need huge data. I need to have a lot of data sources, right? Someone has to feed data to my application server. Then only I can do this, right? So instead of developing everything from scratch, what I can do is I can go and pay some licensing fees to some third party, and I can get that information on my website, and I can display. I can provide this information for my customers. Okay, it's an additional advantage. Okay, so this is what I do before I start developing this web service myself or this application myself. So I question myself like, is anybody offering these services? Okay, and if anybody is offering, then I can use their services and get necessary information and display on my website or application. I can develop a Android application for weather widget. I can do these things. Okay, so this is one example. If you take some one example in India, like makemytrip.com or cleartrip.com, right, where I can do a reservation. I can do a flight booking, right? If I want to do a flight booking, I need to contact all the service providers. I have Air India, I have Jet Airways, I have so many airlines in the world, right? From where can I get this information, right? I need to talk to the Air India server. I need to talk to Jet Airways server, because I cannot save the data on my database, right? Because the data is real time, because every minute, every hour, the prices may change. Maybe the flight may get cancelled. I really don't know, right? Because this real-time information is available only on their servers, but not on my server. Okay, so what I can do is I can provide a platform where user can perform a search and get the information from all the service airline providers, right? So in this case, I can go for a web service development, right? In this case, I am the consumer, right? I'm consuming the service which is provided by some third-party airline companies, right? Maybe Air India might have developed their application .NET. Maybe Jet Airways, maybe they might be using SAP as their backend, right? There are different applications. So now to get this consolidated data, so then I need to go for a web service development. Okay? That is the use of it, right?
Right. Okay. Right. Okay.
This is so to give some definition, this definition is okay. Forget about this. This definition I picked up from Wikipedia. Okay, so the standard definition: web service is a method of communication between two electronic devices, be it a laptop to desktop, or mobile to laptop, whatever it is. Okay, but this is for definition purpose. Okay, Well, so typically in Java, means if you talk about web services, we can categorize them into two. Okay, the one is SOAP-based services, and the other one is REST-based services. Okay, so have you heard these names? SOAP services and REST services.
Yes. Yes, I have heard them.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you can develop a web service using any one of these technologies. Okay, so SOAP is nothing but it's a protocol. Okay, so if you want to access any website, you use HTTP protocol, hypertext transfer protocol. Similarly, if you want to talk to a web service, it can understand only SOAP messages. Okay, so in this case, I'm talking about SOAP-based services, right? For example, if you want to submit your income tax, right, returns, right, and income tax department says you need to send your acknowledgement form 5. What is that? IRB form 5. You have to send it to Bangalore, right? Through registered post only. And they will say clearly, they will say, I don't accept courier, I don't accept normal post, right? They will say you need to send it only registered post. Otherwise, I don't accept this your form. So you need to follow the protocol, right? Similarly, web services also say that you need to send me a message in a SOAP format. Otherwise, I don't accept. Okay, so SOAP is a protocol. If you put it in a real time, you want to compare how can I do this. So it's a protocol that user has to follow. If the Prime Minister is coming, the Chief Minister has to go to the airport. It's a protocol, right? There's no other way. You have to follow a protocol. So similarly, web services, you have to follow a protocol that is SOAP. SOAP. SOAP stands for Simple Object Access Protocol. It is also an XML message, but with a set of predefined template kind of a thing. Okay. So to talk about web service architecture, basically it's the simplest web service system has two participants. Basically, I can say one is a service provider or a producer, and other one is consumer. It's nothing but a client, right? Definitely, you will have two parties. One guy is producing something, and there is someone who is consuming it. Right? So typically, web services basically two things. One is producer; he's publishing a web service. The consumers are nothing but the clients. They are consuming those services. And if you want to go beyond that, okay, so at high-level architecture, so there is one more guy comes into picture that is nothing but a registry. Okay, we call it as a WDBI, and this one acts as kind of a broker. To give a simple example, what this broker does. Let me just show you this architecture first. So I have a registry, and I have a producer, and the producer will publish in the registry, and the consumers. To give best example, which is a bit stupid, but let me just tell. So you have this Shadi.com, and all these matrimonial websites, right?
Right.
So you want to marry a girl, and what you do, you have some requirements. So this girl has to be rich, very fair. You have some requirements, right? If you want to marry a girl, you have requirements. And you go to the website and you register yourself. So I want a girl with these requirements. And the other side, so maybe the bride, maybe from a girl, they might have also registered with some requirements. I'm looking for a boy with this. Okay. Now the Shadi.com will act as a broker, right? This guy will act as a broker, and he will try to find a matching requirement for your profile, and they will suggest, okay, contact this. They will give you the phone number, they will give the address, right? And you will directly contact the party, and you will get engagement, a lot of things happens after that, right? So now, because now in this case, so here this is the requirement, this is the girl and this is you, and you want to talk to this party, and you don't know where they are, right? And what these guys are doing, they are registering their address, telephone numbers in this website, and you are also searching for something, okay? I'm looking for these requirements, right? Then once you get it, you can directly talk to them. Similarly, you understand this concept? How this registry works?
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Similarly, yeah. So in the consumer, if you take our website called MakeMyTrip.com, right? By MakeMyTrip.com, I'm planning to develop a website for no flight reservation. So what I will do, I will reach out to a registry. I'm saying that I'm looking for some airline services, okay, where I can pull the
Right.
data
Okay.
from airline services. So all these airline services like this, what you call Air India or Jet Airways, all these guys, they register themselves with this UDDI. This is some third-party company, okay? So there are few companies like IBM, SAP, Microsoft, they provide these services, okay? So all these airline companies, they will go and register their web services in their registry, okay? And now, here, I am planning to make my own website. I will go and search in this catalog saying that I want all the web services for flight reservation. Then this one will list you all the service providers, Air India, all these things, okay? Then you get them
Okay.
into your website and you talk to their web services. For that you need to pay some licensing fees, whatever it is. Later, a lot of things happens, right? So this is real time what happens. So this UDDI acts as a gateway because you don't know their address, but you can go and search and you can find their address, you can talk to them by paying some licensing fees, whatever it is, or commission, okay? So this is what web service. This is called a service catalog. If I want to buy something on my Flipkart.com, I will go and search something, or eBay.com. Some guys will post their advertisements, right? Ads. So if I find a matching requirement, I will go and contact them directly, right?
Right. Okay.
So this is if you put in the actual, if you want to talk in a general way. So don't get confused by all these boxes. But if you talk in very general way, this is what a service. Forget about a web service.
Okay.
I'm just talking about a normal service. Okay. Is it clear how the web service architecture is designed?
Right. I'm okay with it. Yes.
You understand the registry and producer and consumers?
Yes.
Okay, good. So this is the simple architecture of that, and later inside that we will see how we develop the web service, how to consume the web service. To give some simple example, have you seen any web service on internet before?
Yes, there are, for example, the earlier example you had given about currency converter. So we do have a web service online. You can do, I just Googled a couple of them.
Okay.
For USD to INR conversion, such kind of web services.
Okay. So I'll just show you the weather web service. Okay. So this is cdine.com. This is a website which provides a web service, for weather. I think this is by US government, if I'm not wrong. This is only for US. And there is some meteorological department. They actually they are doing this. Well, so now if I look at this web service and they are providing these three operations. I can get city weather by zip. I can get the information or get city forecast by zip. And I click on this. Actually, this is a web service. Okay. And now I'm entering some zip code from, I think I know some numbers, 43220. If I invoke this web service, I'm getting a response back, which is an XML, right? Web service always responds back with an XML, as I said. And this is, it's a city found, and it's some XML format. Okay. And typically what is happening behind the scenes, okay? To understand what's happening behind the scene is to see that you need to understand this documentation. So these guys have given us a documentation to understand what happens. Now, this is a SOAP request. So there are two formats, SOAP 1.1 and 1.2. There are minor differences between them, but still a lot of web services, they use SOAP 1.1. Okay. Now, typically what happens is when you send this request, your request will go like this, okay, with some header information. This is called a SOAP message. Okay. And can you see a zip code here?
Right. Okay. It's a
So
string
inside
value.
this, it is string value. So whatever you enter there, so this one will send a request by putting the zip code here, like a 43220, whatever it is, and it will send this request to the web service. It's a SOAP protocol, and the web service responds back like this. Okay. with some
Okay.
response back. Now, are these the elements what you see here? Such as response text.
Yeah.
Okay. Such as
Right,
response
right,
text.
okay.
So this is the XML data what you see. So this is how web service is responding. It is also responding back in a SOAP format. Later, these guys will strip off all those, SOAP body and everything, and they just show a nice XML file like this. Okay. This is what happens
Okay.
behind the scenes. And if you really want to see how it works, let me show you a tool. There is something called SOAP UI. Have you heard this name before?
Yes.
SOAP UI. Have you used it?
Basically, you copy paste the request and execute it, and you get the response from the web service. That's what I'm aware of.
Yeah. Have you seen SOAP UI before?
No.
No. Okay. Let me show you that. Okay. This is not for the Java developers, but of course, as a Java developer, you can also use it. Then nobody is going to stop you. Okay. It's a free. There are two things. One is SOAP UI is basic version, and one is the what you call pro version. That one you need a license.
Okay.
Anyways, my license got expired. They will give you a license for only 2 weeks. Let me open the basic version.
Oh, okay.
This is also fine. Is it running? Yeah. Well, so I have so many web services here, which I have used for previous demos, and let us pick up this web service. Okay. So now, how can I connect to this web service first? Okay, that is the important thing. So from this tool, how can I connect to that web service? Okay. Now, this is a client. My SOAP UI file, I'm using this program as a client now. And this cdyn.com is a producer. Okay. Now, to develop a client program, the important thing that we need is the WSDL file. We call it as WSDL. Do you know what is WSDL stands for?
It's a web service definition language.
Yeah. So it's a web service description language, and it looks like this. So WSDL file actually, it's an XML file which actually describes your web service. Okay, so what kind of operations it is supporting and what kind of protocols it is supporting. So this one, once you go into deep, we will talk about this more in the upcoming classes. But I'll just show you where you can find operations. Okay, quickly I will show you.
Okay.
And I'll just show you how to read this XML. So I'll just show you one part. Later we will talk about all these things, messages and all these things. Okay, are these the three operations which it is supporting? Get weather information, get city forecast by zip, get city weather by zip. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want to see what they're offering? If you go to their documentation, these are all the three operations they are supporting. Right? And this is what, if I understand my WSDL file, and this is what I have. Right?
Right. Okay.
This is how to read it. This is where the operations reside. Well, so now if you want to develop a client program, the important thing I need is the WSDL file. So I need the WSDL file to develop any client program. Okay. I take this URL. I go to this my SOAP UI, and I'm going to generate a new SOAP project. It supports SOAP and REST both. So now let us take this SOAP as a demo for today and take a SOAP. And project name I can give anything I want. So I call it as cdyn.
So Shashi,
Yeah.
for this training session, we will be working both on SOAP as well as REST, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Whether
Yeah.
I'm just creating a project, cdyn weather web service, whatever name I give, and I need the WSDL file. See here it is asking for the WSDL file location. Okay. So now I'm going to directly give the URL from here, and I'm clicking. Okay. So now it is talking to the website. It is actually parsing that WSDL file, and it is generating our client program. Can you see here? On the left hand side, it actually generated interface for me. Right?
Right. Okay.
Get city forecast by zip, get city. So because right now it has given us two interfaces because this is a SOAP project. So it generates interfaces only for the SOAP based messages. Okay. So now it is supporting both SOAP 1.1 and 1.2. That's why it's generated for both the protocols. This is for SOAP 1.1 and this is for SOAP 1.2. Of course, both the things are same, but the XML structure change. There's a small variation. Okay, but for us it's not the matter now. So now let us take this get city weather by zip. This is I'm interested in, and this one creates as a request format. So this is the SOAP message what it prepared. This is my request body, and once I trigger this, I will get the response here on the right hand side. So zip code. So I need to pass the zip code here. So it's 43220. This is the one which I use to test. Let me trigger this. So now it is calling the web service, and it is getting some response back. So let's wait. Well, I got the response. Right? Is the information what I see on their website? Okay. And if you really would like to see what's happening behind the scenes, okay, so you can have to look at the raw message, and it will send some header information, and it will send the SOAP envelope, and the raw you get the same response back. 200 okay, 200 means the status code HTTP 200 means success. Okay, and you know the error codes. 500 is internal server error. 404 is not found. You know the messages, right? The error codes.
Right.
So
okay.
200 is for success. So it gets a response back with some header and some XML response back. And this is what you get. So this is actually what happens behind the scenes. Okay. So this is
we are when we get a response, we get it in HTTP format. Is it? Hello? 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 Hello?
hello. I have some problem. Okay. Can you hear me?
Hello, yeah. I'm able to hear you, but I'm not able to see your screen now. Hello?
You cannot see my screen?
Yes, I'm not able to see your screen. I'm just trying to again reconnect through global meeting now.
Okay. Because I have a problem with my network connection. So actually, I have a problem with my Airtel. So they're going to fix the issue by the next 2 days. So that's why I'm lost. So I have a problem with my modem.
Okay, no problem. I'll just try to reconnect again.
Yeah.
I'll let you know once I can see.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but when I enter the meeting room, I'm not able to hear you. What I'll do is I'll again disconnect and join again from the training
That's
session.
not okay. What I'm doing is I'm just stopping my screen sharing and I'm just sharing it again. Let's see if we can see that.
Okay, sure.
Can you see my screen now?
No, again, my meeting session has gone hang, so I'm just again trying again.
That's okay. So anyways, we have seen it. So you got a question, right? You were asking me some question and I got disconnected. What was your question?
No, so I was asking about the request and response. So when we get the response, it is wrapped in a HTTP message. Is that the case, or we directly get a SOAP the response back?
We will get the SOAP response back. We always will get the SOAP.
Okay, so there
HTTP
was
is
an
different.
HTTP 200. Okay, so what's the concept behind that?
Yeah. So actually behind that, because you are actually going through via internet, right? HTTP. Okay. But you are sending a SOAP message. You are sending a SOAP message server and you are getting a response back. Okay. So you can see here, oh, okay, you can't see my screen. So actually you are calling a web service via internet, right? HTTP via HTTP. So you are sending a SOAP message to it and it is responding back with the SOAP response. That's how it works. So